Morning, everyone. Our goal for today is to define the unit circle and to compare degrees to arc length. I know it sounds really new, it's because it is. So I just want to give you the notes and just have you do a few short things and then you're done for the day. So I'm on page 97 in my notebook and I put today's date so we can keep track. And I'm going to refer back to this with future assignments. So make sure you get the notes down. All right. So it starts with the unit circle. So I'm going to draw an XY coordinate system. The center of the circle is going to be at 0, 0, right there. And the radius of the circle is going to be 1, which means it's going to go right here to 1, 0, that point. It's going to go up 1 in this direction. So this point is going to be 0, 1. This one over here and is -1, 0. And then down here to 0, -1. And you know my drawing skills. I'm going to do my best to draw a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just so you get the idea. Okay? All right. The formula for the distance around the circle, or the circumference, equals 2 times pi times the radius. And we already said my radius is 1, because from here to here, the center to one of the points is 1. So that means any of these lines here, from the center to a point on the circle, is 1. I can draw any number of them, okay? So that means the distance around equals 2 times pi times 1, which is just 2 pi. Now I can plug in 3.14, but I'm going to leave it like that, and you'll see why soon, okay? All right, so that means if I start here and I go all the way around, this whole distance around is 2 pi. Okay? If I go half of the way around, from here to here, it's pi. That's that arc length. Okay? If I go from here to here, that's pi over 2, or half a pi. So that's half a pi, a whole pi, and if I go to here, that's 1.5 pi, or 3 pi over 2. And then when I go back here, it's 2 pi. All right? Now I'm going to take it one step further. So if this is pi over 2, if I draw a 45-degree angle, because I know this is 90, if I draw 45, that means this is pi over 4. 2 pi over 4, which is pi over 2. And this would be 3 pi over 4. 4 pi over 4, which is pi. And then down here, another 45-degree angle would be 5 pi over 4. 6 pi over 4, which I can simplify to 3 pi over 2. And this would be 7 pi over 4. 8 pi over 4, or 2 pi. And that distance is called the arc length. Okay, so if this is 90 degrees to get to pi over 2, this would be 45 degrees. So that means if my angle is 45 degrees, my arc length is pi over 4. If my angle is 90 degrees, my arc length is pi over 2. If I add another 45 degrees, that gives me 135 degrees, which is 3 pi over 4. Another 45 degrees gets me to 180. And I'm just going to keep adding 45 degrees. So that angle from here all the way around to here that angle is 315 degrees and the arc length is 7 pi over 4 if my radius is 1.